Alright, hey guys, today we are going to be making one of the designs for Project Rebirth. This character is called Thud. The name's gonna make sense later, but all you guys need to know right now is that this character's name is Thud, and one of my friends is actually voicing him. But with Thud, he's a pretty boxy dude. Pretty heavy build. So that's kind of what I'm going for this one. Oh my gosh. And if you're wondering why I keep hitting the back button after every other stroke, it's because I cannot commit to anything. We're going for a bit of a Mr. Incredible here. Like I said, generally square build, large torso, wide shoulders. And he's a bit of a show-off. Likes to flex his big muscles to anyone who will listen about them. Thinks he's the coolest guy ever. I'll bet you guys are gonna hate him, like, as a character. Actually, I'm no one to talk here because even though he sucks, I'm starting to love the concept. Hold on, I've got to restart the legs because I can't commit to anything. Yippee! This is just the skeleton. It's not even like the final body. But anyway, now that we've got the basic skeleton of the draft, now we get to move on to the actual, like, body shapes, blocking them out and such. And a lot of sketches that I'm doing are going to be a lot more detailed than my animations because a sketch is still an animation. You have to redraw it a good 20 times a second. But anyway, I don't know how well this video is going to perform. If you're watching at all, thank you so much, because this is probably not nearly as entertaining as my other videos, but I find that a lot of people want to ask about my process, and then I don't have really a way to tell them about it in any depth without over-explaining. So, making this video, I'm making it to give you guys a bit of insight into my process, but it's also to make it easier for me personally to explain my own process to people, because I suck at explaining things. As you can probably hear already, I start and stop a lot when I'm talking. Pretty stuttery. Or I just keep talking because I don't know how to stop without leaving a huge void. But yeah, so here's most of the general body. I think it looks pretty nice. And because he's so muscular, I've got to give him a bit more realistic anatomy than other characters in the series. Anyway. But that's the general sketch. And now we are on to some more details in the face and such. Actually, no, I need to actually get some detail on his body, some of the more general details. That's me constantly going back on my word. And I'm also kind of making some parts of his design up as I go. Going for a bit of a subtle pompadour with the haircut. Not very subtle. A bit of a pompadour with the haircut. I think it works. It's giving more Spampton G. Spampton than pompadour, but anyway. We have got to get his clothes in order. He is naked. Thinking something pretty simple. Something kind of scrappy. Old jacket. Or really all the characters in Project Rebirth wear pretty scrappy clothing. Or just whatever clothes they wake up in when they first wake up in there. But he's got an old sweater that is not, or not sweater, an old jacket that was never his and definitely does not fit him. It's a bit too much. Yeah, that's just right. I need to make that sketch a bit less opaque so I know where to actually draw the clothing. There's most of the jacket. Good progress. I'm trying to make it a bit clear that this jacket's too small for him. Like, none of the characters' clothes really fit them. They're all either too tight or too loose. they're always too something when it comes to the clothes for the characters. I don't really know where to go with the pants, so we're gonna keep going with the that's way too tight for you to be wearing kind of deal, and we are gonna give him skinny jeans that are definitely too small. Like, small in all the wrong places. No, it's too saggy feeling. Just like shrink wrapped right to his skin kind of feel. The skinniest jeans he can wear. Gotta show off all of his amazing muscles. Like the alpha male he thinks he is. He knows there's no ladies in the entire place. Or not he knows, but he doesn't think there's a single lady in the entire facility. But he is convinced that if there ever was one in the facility, him showing all his muscles would get her to love him instantly. I really ought not be trying to imitate his voice. Might get you guys too used to my voice is his character voice. Then the actual voice actor's gonna seem weird. No, that's not right. Hold on. Just erase this bit. And that bit. And then back to drawing. Add some very uncomfortable wrinkles. Then some knee spot for good measure. We gotta draw the white part of the pocket showing because the pocket's way too stretched out. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Thud is looking real nice right now. And no, he does not have any shoes. Shoes are a rarity, and he is not that important. I mean, he certainly thinks he is, but he's not. Got a very strong jawline. His lines, just to give you guys a bit of insight on the character, his lines are going to be aggressively dark romance kind of lines, and no one is reciprocating that kind of feel. He is just coming up with that all on his own. I just realized I have been drawing his face on the wrong layer. He's gonna be hitting that kissy face. Trying really, really hard. Oh no, he's just mewing. Never mind. Hold on. Let's get the... Hold on. Back to the body sketch to give him a general facial structure first. His eyes should go around that line. I think he's going to be tilted a little bit so the center of his face goes down there. Eye, nose, mouth. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Back up to the body layer. Gonna actually finish his other hand. And yes, my hands are just geometric shapes. Why do you ask? Yes, I can't draw them. Why do you ask? Hands are hard to draw, guys. I promise I don't suck. Gotta get that good supermodel lip pucker that he's constantly trying to do. Yeah, his face is too small. Mouth is in a good place. Eyes and face are too small. Eyes and nose are not. So we're gonna go in here and just get rid of all of that. And we're gonna go to the face structure and get rid of a bit of that so that I can add some lines for the to define his eye sockets a little bit. I'm in the wrong layer again. Back to the face layer. Didn't erase enough of the face. So I'm gonna redraw some of this now. Some cheekbone in there. And back to his facial structure. Make those pupils a little bit wider so he doesn't look distressed. Just checking himself out. Gonna swap the eyes real quick. So the one facing out is the one that's half closed. And this one is the open eye. Nope, that eye is bugging out. His face is so wrong. Get rid of all that structure up there. This Stand in the face. Back to the face structure. Okay, yeah, this is turning out much better. Some eye shape. No. Honestly, if I can just get away with just flattening that front curve of his face, I will. Because I do not have the care for his design. He only shows up in one episode. I'm gonna have to cut that out. Yeah, I'm still in facial structure. Or body structures. His feet, very simple because I don't like drawing toes. And yeah, that is his main body sketch, and now I can get rid of the skeleton. I can go back to clothing and add some more details, like the stretching. Around the joints and across the chest because he's flexing. Just gonna leave the skinny jeans alone. The skinny jeans speak for themselves. Keep his face pretty bland. Yeah, I can keep his face pretty bland. But yeah, there you have it. That is Thud. Or really how he is normally. It's normal Thud. And now I get to show you his special quirk in episode 1 of Project Rebirth. Watch it once it comes out. Yeah! Bye.